I just saw The Grudge 2020. The remake of the remake. Now, it's the first film released in the new year 2020, so happy new year to everyone out there that's watching this video right now. I'm going to be getting into my review here, but if you guys are watching my videos and you guys like what you see, please hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get this review up to, I don't know, 400 thumbs up. Drop a comment down below letting me know what some of your favorite horror movies are. But this movie right here, the new Grudge film, it's pretty much about a vengeful ghost that's haunting this house, and anybody that goes into this house, the ghosts or the entities in there attach themselves to said person. And of course, you know, this one is based off an original film called Ju-on that was made in Japan in like the early 2000s. I think it's a series that's still going on to this day. And of course, there was a remake with Shaye Gellar in there, and even a sequel to that remake. And I kind of really dug those films. At least I remember liking the first two Ju-on movies, and of course the Shaye Gellar one from like the early 2000s too. And this one right here, though, I was semi-excited to see this, only because there were some really cool actors in there, like John Cho, you know, from like the American Pie franchise, and Harold and Kumar and stuff. And we also get, you know, horror legend, horror icon Lin Shaye up in there, you know, from the, you know, the Insidious films and, you know, all sorts of shit throughout the years. You know what I mean? She's everywhere. Something About Mary and stuff. But, like, I was kind of excited to see what they were going to bring to the table. And I went in there with, you know, an open mind and everything like that. I know it's January. It's the, you know, the first film released, you know, in 2020. And usually movies that are released in the first month of the year are really not the greatest films, you know, from years past. But, like, I was still trying to keep an open mind because I like, you know, crazy, wacky horror movies. So I went in there and I was really bored. You know what I mean? There was really no scares that were really like that got me. There's a couple little jump scares in there, and obviously you still get the little, you know, demon people going, you know, like that, the thing that kind of carries, you know, throughout the whole, you know, Ju-on / Grudge series. I don't know, the whole structure of the film. It's one of those movies that you know, every horror movie these days, you know, nowadays starts off with a scary sequence just to try to get you hooked and into the movie. The opening sequence to this was complete ass. It was some lady walking out of a house in Japan, a little trash bag moves, and hand comes out, boom, The Grudge. It wasn't even scary. It was just like, what the hell is going on here? The rest of the movie is kind of like flashbacks to, like, you know, it kind of goes back and forth between a couple of different, you know, timelines in here. And it's just, it was just really sloppily put together. All the actors in there were perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with the acting, but just the writing and execution of this movie was just piss poor, in my opinion. There was really no tension building, you know, in any scenes when, like, shit's about to go down. Like, you know, if something's about to go down, like, you hear the sound, like, or like, you know, someone's about to die. But then, like, as soon as something crazy is about to happen, they cut, and then you see, like, the said person on the floor, or like drown, you know, like, you know, whatever, in a bad way. Like, so you don't really see anything happen, and like, there's not enough tension, you know, that's being built up before said thing happens, and even when said thing is about to happen, it cuts away from it. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, what are they doing here? I mean, John Cho, like I said, turns into, you know, a decent performance in here, playing a realtor, you know, of this house. And Lin Shaye is like an occupant of this house in a different timeline. She's always really super creepy in movies. You know what I mean? You can't really go wrong with her. You know what I mean? Like, she turns in a really good performance here, but it just doesn't save this movie. This movie is just a complete train wreck, in my opinion. What are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's a real simple, easy formula to follow. You know what I mean? Crazy ghosts coming after you. You know, coming after you if you know, come into this house, or if you get attacked. You know, it's just not really executed very well. The gore is kind of random. There's not a whole lot of gore, not a whole lot of, you know, scares or tension, like I said, which movies like this really need, like, you know, tension building, and they don't really do that here, at least in my opinion. But, like, I don't understand why at the end of this movie people in the theater were going, I'm like, why are you guys clapping? This thing sucked ass. And, like, throughout the movie, you know, like, the people in the theater were like, felt like to me like they were watching their very first horror movie ever. You know what I mean? Because every time a little something happened, they're all like, ooh, oh, oh, ooh, oh, and they're like talking to each other and stuff like, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, there's nothing going on here. Why are you guys doing that? Like, I didn't say that to them, obviously, because I'm not an asshole. But like, I was just kind of like, is this your guys' first movie? And the theater was semi-packed. You know what I mean? Like, I would say at least, 80% full, when I went in there. And I was just kind of like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? I was just really disappointed in this one right here. And I say pass. Pass on this one. Screw it, man. Like, this movie was boring as shit. Uneventful. Just kind of like sloppily put together. You know what I mean? The first 20, 30 minutes of this movie, I was kind of like, where are we going with this? What is happening here? You know what I mean? It was kind of like just a real mishmash, real slap together kind of movie. But if you guys like my thoughts and opinion on this film, my little mini movie review, give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below letting me know what your favorite Grudge movie is, if you guys saw it, or Ju-on, the Japanese versions of them, in the comments down below. And I'll catch you guys all on the next one.